Hello friends, welcome to Unacademy UPSC Current Affairs. I am Joicy Joy and today we will be discussing about the National Security Act of 1980 under the current Polity of the Day discussion. So welcome everyone to Unacademy and let's get started. Okay. Before that, little bit about the courses that we provide at Unacademy. So we are starting our new batches for 2021, 22 and 23 from 11th of January. So this is the date where we will be starting the new batches. And this is regarding the 6 months crash course. The 6 months crash course also will start from 11th of January. This is for 2021 prelims exam. So these are the features of the 6 months crash course. 100% prelims syllabus coverage. The top educators would be handling the sessions. There will be prelims test series with analysis. PDF study material will be given to you and there will be dedicated doubt clearing sessions and interview preparations. So this is for 6 months. All these are available in Hindi, in English and also bilingual. And this is the 1 year courses. So apart from the 6 months course, we also have 1 year as well as 2 year long term batches as well. So 1 year and 2 year long term batches. And this is regarding the NCERT batch. So NCERT batch for the UPSC CSE Prelims will start from 11th of January and all these NCERT batches are also available in Hindi, bilingual and also in English. And this is the fee structure. This is the fee structure for the combo classes. So either you can go for an iconic subscription and the optionals, and the fee structure would be for 12 months it will be 88,705. For 24 months it shall be 1,31,510. For 36 months it shall be 1,67,220. And this is regarding the optionals plus the plus courses. So 12 month subscription fee would be 70,103. 24 months it shall be 99,680 and 36 months it shall be 1,21,200. You can use my code. This is my referral code Joicy10 Joicy10. You can use my referral code and you will get an extra 10% off. And this is regarding the iconic price hike. So soon we will be announcing a price hike for the iconic subscriptions. You can get your subscription at the earliest, and the iconic subscriptions help you to connect with your personal coach. There will be a mains test series, customized study planner will be given, study booster sessions will be there, high intensity workshops and daily answer writing practice. So these are the features of your iconic subscription. Sameen Rathod, hi Sameen. Good evening. Shiba Prasad Mishra, good evening Shiva. Harbhajan Singh, good evening Harbhajan. So hi everyone and welcome. So you can again use my code Joicy10. You can use my code, you will get an extra 10% discount on all the subscriptions that you make. I think we'll get started. Okay, so we are talking about the National Security Act. First, we will see what is a current affair. We will see what is a current affair related to it. So, a day after 25 people were killed in crematorium roof collapse in Ghaziabad's Muradnagar area, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath said such incidents were the result of poor monitoring of civil projects on the part of supervising officers and warned that guilty would be punished under the National Security Act. So, this is the current affair related to National Security Act. So here the collapse of the crematorium roof. So this has killed 25 people, and Yogi Adityanath, who is the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, has said that this incident is as a result of poor monitoring and supervision of the civil projects, and said that those who are found guilty will be punished under the NSA. So in this context we need to understand the scope of NSA, and we need to understand what is NSA, how it is applicable, and all that. So this is a statement made by the CM. Such incidents will not be tolerated in future. Strict action will be taken against the guilty under the National Security Act, and the property will be seized. So there will be seizure of property, and National Security Act will be charged on the guilty. So a government spokesman said that those arrested include Executive Officer of the Municipality Niharika Singh, Junior Engineer Chandrapal, and Supervisor Ashish. Contractor Ajay Tyagi, who was absconding, was arrested last evening. So this is a current affair. You just need to know what has happened. These data and all not important for you. So let's come to NSA, the National Security Act. So it's a preventive detention law. We have two types of detentions. According to the CRPC and IPC, we have the two types of detention. One is preventive detention. Next is punitive detention. Now, what is meant by preventive detention? Preventive detention means detaining a person in order to prevent a crime. So preventive detention means detaining a person in order to prevent a crime, in order to make sure that the crime does not happen. If there is a chance of a crime to happen, then the persons who are alleged, or those who are suspicious regarding the crime will be arrested in order to prevent the crime. And punitive detention means detaining a person for the crime committed. So this is the detention of a person for the crime committed. So this is punitive detention. So National Security Act it's a preventive detention law, which means that this can be used in order to avoid a future crime. So preventive detention involves the detainment, that is a containment of a person in order to keep him or her from committing future crimes and or from escaping future prosecution. So preventive detention is detaining a person in order to keep the person from committing future crimes. So to detain the person from committing future crimes and from escaping future prosecution. Article 22(3) subclause B of the Constitution, it allows for preventive detention and restriction on personal liberty for reasons of state security and public order. So it allows for preventive detention. Article 22(3) of the Constitution, which comes under the fundamental rights itself. So fundamental rights itself, it allows for preventive detention and also restriction on personal liberty, because Article 21 of the Constitution guarantees right to life and personal liberty. Right to life and personal liberty. So Article 22(3) allows for preventive detention and restriction on personal liberty for reasons of state security and public order. That is to ensure the security of the state. State here refers to the country. So to ensure the security of the state and to maintain public order, a person can be detained, and also reasonable restrictions can be imposed on the right to life and personal liberty. So personal liberty means the liberty, see, this was a question asked by UPSC in 2019. So the definition of liberty, this was a prelims question in 2019. So UPSC, according to the answer key given by UPSC, personal liberty means the freedom of a person or opportunity to develop oneself fully. This is the definition given for personal liberty. So there can be reasonable restrictions on personal liberty. Personal liberty, reasonable restrictions can be imposed on the basis of state security, for the reasons of state security and public order. Article 22(4) of the Constitution states that no law providing for preventive detention shall authorize the detention of a person for a longer period than 3 months. So according to 22(4) of the Constitution, that is again fundamental rights, Preventive detention cannot be extended for more than 3 months. That is, the maximum period of preventive detention shall be 3 months. A person cannot be detained under the preventive detention law for more than 3 months. Person does not need to be charged during this period of detention, and it's not necessary that during this 3 months the person will be framed charges. It's not necessary to frame charges during this 3 months period. It can be for preventing a crime. So charges need not be or not necessarily be charged or framed upon that person. So this NSA, the National Security Act, it was promulgated on 23rd of September 1980, and the preventive detention laws in India date back to early days of the colonial era. So if we look at the background of preventive detention laws in India and the NSA, it dates back to the colonial era. It was introduced as a part of Bengal Regulation Act of 1818. So it was a part of Bengal Regulation Act, and this act empowered the government to arrest anyone for defense or maintenance of public order without giving the person a recourse to judicial proceedings. That is, without recourse to judicial proceedings, that is, without undertaking judicial proceedings, a person can be arrested for defense or maintenance of public order according to this Regulation Act, Bengal Regulation Act of 1818. Now, the Rowlatt Act, if you remember Rowlatt Satyagraha and all, it's very important topic for your examination. So, Rowlatt Acts of 1919 allowed confinement of a suspect without trial. So, Rowlatt Satyagraha was based on this. Rowlatt Act of 1919 allowed confinement of a suspect without trial. That is, without carrying out a trial. Trial is a judicial proceeding. Without a judicial proceeding or without confining of a suspect without trial, a suspect could be confined, and this was made under Rowlatt Act of 1919. Now, these are all before independence. Now, post-independence. In the post-independence, the Preventive Detention Act of 1950 was there, and it was replaced by Maintenance of Internal Security Act of 1971. That is MISA, Maintenance of Internal Security Act. So, in the post-independence, there was the Preventive Detention Act, okay, 1950, and Preventive Detention Act, and again we have the MISA, Maintenance of Internal Security Act of 1971. Now, let's see what are the grounds for preventive detention. On what grounds this can be used? Preventive detention can be used. Acting in any manner prejudicial to the defense of India. So, any manner that is prejudicial to the defense of India, to protect our country. If anybody acts against the interest of the country, it can be charged. Acting in relations of India with foreign powers on the security of India. So, if any person is acting in relations of India with foreign powers, so involving into any relationship with foreign powers, and this relationship has a scope or a potential to threaten the security of the country, then this is a ground for preventive detention. Third, preventing them from acting in any manner prejudicial to the security of the state or from acting in any manner prejudicial to the maintenance of public order. So, these are all the grounds: security of the state, maintaining public order, or from acting in any manner prejudicial to the maintenance of supplies and services essential to the country. Regulating the continued presence of any foreigner in India. So, to regulate the continued presence of any foreigner in the country also, this can be used. Preventive detention can be used for regulating continued presence of any foreigner in India. Next is detention duration. So, duration of the detention. Any individual can be detained without a charge for up to 12 months. So, any individual can be detained without a charge, that is, without framing charges. Can be detained without a charge for up to 12 months. The state government needs to be intimated that a person has been detained under the NSA. So these are the procedures to be followed. The state government, the particular state government needs to be intimated that the information has to be passed on to the state government that a person has been detained under the NSA, National Security Act. So it is for the state government to intimate that a person has been detained under the NSA. No such order shall remain in force more than 12 months unless approved by the state government. So the order, it will not remain in force for more than 12 days. Why? Because an approval from the state government is compulsory. So if the state government does not approve it, then this shall not be in force. A person detained be held for 10 days without being told the charges against them. So detention can be made for up to 10 days without informing the charges against them. So for what they have been arrested, this need not be disclosed until 10 days. It's not compulsory. The detained person can appeal before a High Court advisory board, but they are not allowed a lawyer during the trial. So these are the provisions. Detained person can appeal before a High Court advisory board, but are not allowed a lawyer during the trial. Now, this is the most important part of this topic for your mains examination, the major criticisms. The major criticisms against this. It is described the validity of the act even during peacetime as anarchism. And different state governments have invoked the stringent provisions of NSA to detain citizens for questionable offences. So questionable offences means in a democracy, the individuals or the citizens, we can say citizens, because in a democracy the citizens has the right to question the government against any of the decisions made by the government. But state governments, many a times what we have seen is the state governments have used this as a tool. So state governments have used NSA, National Security Act, as a tool in order to suppress the criticism against the government. So this has been used as a tool to suppress the criticism against the government. No record of detentions under the NSA. This is another challenge, that there is no record of detentions under the NSA. Then NCRB, that is the National Crime Records Bureau, is the agency which is responsible for collecting and analyzing the crime data in the country. But the NCRB, that is the National Crime Records Bureau, they does not include cases under the NSA in its data, and no FIRs are registered. So because no FIRs are registered, the National Crime Records Bureau, they do not get the data to record the detention. So there is no record also. So that is another issue. The government sometimes use the NSA as an extrajudicial power. So this is a very important point. So this has become an extrajudicial weapon. So government sometimes use the NSA or the National Security Act as an extrajudicial power. NSA has come under wide criticism for its misuse by the authorities. So this is the major point. That is, there is a wide criticism against the NSA that it has been misused by the authorities. So this is all about the NSA, National Security Act, and this is once again regarding the biggest offer that Unacademy is providing. This is the combo offer. So the UPSC CSE GS plus courses and the optionals, it comes at 70,153 for a 12-month subscription, and if you are going for an iconic subscription and optionals, it comes at 88,705. You can also use my referral code. This is Joicy10, Joicy 10, and you will get an extra 10% discount on the courses that you subscribe to. So for any courses, even for normal plus courses or any courses, you can use my referral code. You will get an extra 10% off. So that is all for now, and at 9:45 I have the next session. That will be a special class. It is a most important topics of 2020 from Indian economy. It's a series of lectures and it will be held on Unacademy Plus platform. It's a free special class you can attend. Please do join me there also. Thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed. Bye bye.